Good afternoon. My name is Rashain Carriere-Williams, and I'm the Executive Director of Boys Town, Louisiana. I wanted to make this video as a way to connect with you guys and the pretty much the safest way that I can, which is through social media, through the internet. Um, New to me. I mean, I'm not used to making videos and posting them, but I'm trying to embrace this part of it, this brave new world that we're living in. With the advent of COVID-19, which is a very serious situation. But at the same time, I wanted to personally use this platform to thank you guys, thank all of our supporters, thank our donors for all of the care and concern that we've received over the last couple of weeks. But also at the same time, I wanted to let you know that I am thinking about you, that we're thinking about you, that we're praying for you and your families, praying for your health and your safety. And also praying that together, as community members, as neighbors, that we'll get on the other side of this together. So with that being said, I also wanted to give some updates in response to COVID-19 and also with the priority of our health and safety, the health and safety of our kids, our families, and our staff. We made decisions to ensure that we are mitigating, risk of transmission. We also want to do our part in flattening the curve. So we did, last week, begin our process with moving all of our office staff to remote. So 100% of our staff have remote access. They are working from home. They're providing the support that our organization needs to keep running. They're providing support so that we can continue to serve children and families. But what does serving children and families mean? Well, as most people know, we do have residential programs. Those programs are still open. We're still serving kids. We're just doing our best to protect them, to ensure that the staff are safe, that the kids are safe, but at the same time, ensuring that we are providing structure that our kids need right now, that love, that support, and that caring. But this is a challenging time. We're all, dealing with adjustments with being at home. So think about our residential programming. Think about 6 boys in a home. Think about 14 boys in a home, 24/7. So we also worked hard to put some structure in place for them, modifying our schedules. Now our kids are doing their academic instruction in the home. And also at the same time, since we're not able to do outings or do all of the other activities that we're used to doing to keep our big boys active and busy, we've incorporated a very robust schedule to keep our boys entertained. We have, brought board games for our kids, playing cards, outdoor activities so they can go outside in the yard and get out and get some fresh air for a little bit and come back in. But as you can imagine, it is a challenge. We're feeding 6 boys. We're trying to keep 6 boys entertained. We're trying to be homeschool teachers. I'm trying to be a homeschool teacher with my 2 kids. But imagine our family teachers who's trying to homeschool 6. So we have, definitely tried to think outside the box, ways to support them. We're providing care packages. We are sending meals, every day. We are, ordering from our local restaurants, our wonderful businesses that we're trying to, help also with this process, help us get through it. So we are delivering meals to the home. We have also received a very generous donation. We want to thank our board member, Jackie Harris, for getting us to connect with T-Mobile. So all of our boys have access to the technology so that they can do their schooling. We have received tablets. So that's going to be a great help for our family teachers as they're working and individualizing work for 6 boys, and for our short-term residential program where we're trying to individualize work for 14 boys. So those are some things that we're doing to kind of keep afloat, to keep people positive, to keep our family teachers supported, and to minimize as much as possible, kids being bored. We just want to make sure that they're active and there's always something for them to do. That's important. But then also we made some adjustments to our community-based programs. As most people know, we have an early Head Start program. An early Head Start, oh Lord, the hairdresser is not an essential service, so I apologize. We're going to make it through that with the hair situation too. However, but for our community-based programs, we have changed our services to adjust to the needs of our families, right? Our families are the most vulnerable in the community. They have a lot of needs. They had a lot of needs before this crisis. They're going to have they have a lot of needs now, and they're going to have a lot of needs after this crisis as well. So we have worked hard to pivot our services. First of all, with safety, right? We were following we followed the advice of the Louisiana Department of Education. We also followed we followed behind the mandate that was given to K through 12 schools, and we closed our early Head Start program. It is a burden to our families. Our families depend on childcare to work. It wasn't an easy decision to make because we of course safety is always first, but we also realize that there are always some unintended consequences sometimes for these decisions. So with that being said, we moved into full gear with, even though our staff are working from home, they're making phone calls, they're checking in with the families 2-3 times a week, they're identifying needs, they're linking those families to services. Just in the last week alone, we identified families who were in dire need of food. We made a connection with a local food pantry, and that family also lacked transportation, so we started doing porch drop-offs. Many of our families need diapers, they need formula. We are going to be dropping off care packages for those families to ensure that they have the needs, that get their needs met so that they can take care of their babies. This is just one major stressor, but if we can relieve that, think about what we're dealing with, they're dealing with, what we're dealing with, and on top of that, even more dire needs and burdens and challenges. So we're just here to support. We want to support our families, but at the same time, we also realize that our services may need to shift towards those types of needs. So this is a challenging time for all of us, right? Like I just mentioned, that all of us are going through changes. All of us are experiencing a lot of the same things. I mean, goodness, the homeschooling. Oh, Lord. I am going from video conferencing in the morning to helping my daughter create a journal for a social studies class, to helping my son do his science homework, to helping them take their spelling tests. It's a lot. I'm juggling a lot, y'all. I'm struggling. And I know you guys are too. So I just want to let you know that that is something that we all have in common right now. But again, think about our families who are the most vulnerable, who have stressors prior to COVID-19, who are going to have stressors after. This is traumatic for all of us, but this is going to be truly devastating for families who are already living below the poverty level. It's hard. It's very, very difficult. And our families, they're dealing with job loss. They're dealing with trying to feed their families, trying to figure out where their next check is going to come from, trying to figure out how to feed their babies, how to get diapers. And so with that in mind, our priority is to make sure that in the coming days and the coming months ahead, that we are partnering with our families, that we're partnering with our youth to try to help make them as whole as possible throughout this. It's going to be hard, but I think with your help, we can do it. So that's why we're launching the Emergency Family Support Fund, and because we've identified that our families have these types of needs, and we want to be able to help ease ease those burdens, take one stressor off of them, so they can focus on the other things, so they can stay healthy throughout this, so they can, focus on keeping themselves and their families healthy. With this Emergency Family Support Fund, we're hoping that, as people are sitting around their computers, you're sitting around now, looking at this video, which I can't believe I'm doing, but you're looking at this video, we're hoping that, maybe you're thinking about how can I give back, how can I help, knowing that, there are people out there whose struggle is just a little bit more than mine, that maybe you can, have a platform so that you can give back. With this Emergency Support Fund, we feel like we can come together. We can come together and be good neighbors and be good community members and help those who may need a little bit more support during this time. We were looking forward to having our inaugural Downtown Dash, which was an urban scavenger hunt. We will still have it. I don't know when. The dates will probably shift given the situation. But in preparation of that, we launched our website where we were going to form teams and we were going to, get our friends and families to donate. Well, we can still do that. We can do that from the convenience of our home. So please, if you have the chance, go to www.boystown.backslash www.boystown.Louisiana and create a team and start donating. That part, is safe. That part we can do. And, that part will help us support families right now in the middle of this crisis. At Boys Town, we have a saying, he ain't heavy, father, he's my brother. We teach our kids that. We teach our boys and girls to take care of each other and the importance of that. But right now, I'm calling upon you to take care of your neighbors. So we will be continuing to do these videos. This is just me, first time using my face, but I want you to see some of the people on the front lines. I want you to see that consultant that is picking up those groceries and dropping them off on the front porch, or the consultant that's putting together those diapers and formula care packages for families. I want you to talk to maybe some of our family teachers who, I only have 2 kids. I'm homeschooling them too, but they're homeschooling 6. I would love for you to talk to them and see them. So you'll see more of these videos. You'll see more of us. This is a time to connect in ways that we can't connect before. Oh, Lord, this hair. I'm sorry. That's one thing I'm looking forward to, is the hair appointment when all of this is said and done. But I just truly wanted to thank you guys. We're going to get through this. We're going to do it together. We're going to take care of our neighbors.